All right, well, I'm looking at weekly Squirtle number 36. Now, there's a new weekly Squirtle every week starting on Sunday, and so naturally I have waited all week and I have about an hour left while it is still this week, and I haven't got to it yet. I was gonna do it earlier today, and then both of my kids had basketball tournaments and there just wasn't enough time to do it, so I'm finally gonna look at it now. So if you're not familiar with Squirtle, this is like Wordle but on a grid, and we have to guess a row and a column at the same time, and this 8 here is how many guesses we have remaining, and if we finish a word and get all the greens, then we will get a bonus guess. And last week for the weekly Squirtle, I started with the word house and put a house on the thumbnail, and somebody commented that maybe for next week I should start with some furniture related words to put inside the house. So we're gonna do that. So we are going to start with chair. Ooh, interesting. Sofas, okay. Desks. Stool. And table. Are we gonna get any greens at all? Oh, no greens at all, okay. And we've found 6 black letters, R, F, H, K, C, B, all black. Okay, so what do we know? What do we know? Got a D and an O in this middle column, and an A. An A, D, and O in here. Now that's interesting. An I and an S in this column, an A and E. Okay, there's an E in the last row and the last column. There's a bunch of white S's. Let's see, can we do anything with that? There's a yellow S here. Okay, so there's an S in this row. Yeah, it can't be first, it can't be second because of the white, it can't be third because of the white, it can't be fifth because of the white. This is an S, which works with that red. Now, can there be... No, that's the only S in the grid, because there's a white S in row 1, 2, 3, and 5, so you can't have an S in any of those rows, and the only place you can put it in row 4 is right there, so that's the only S in the grid. Now, there's an A and a T in there as well. T. Oh, I was gonna say T at the end would be good after the S, but we can't have a T, so we can't have a T there. Obviously can't be fourth if that's an S. It can't be second. Could it be, yeah, it could be first or third. In fact, this is a good spot for a T because we do have the red and the yellow. This could be an A. Yeah, it could also be at the end, but something like toast maybe? No, we don't have an O here. T's, there is a red E, and we do know there's an E at the end here. That could be T's. I'm sure it could be a lot of other things. We do have A and T. I don't feel like A at the end is great, so I actually think A there is probably a good spot. Could have A at the beginning, but I like A second better. It could be second on both of them, because we do have an A in the second column too. That would be good. Then we'd still have 2 words that start with A, whether the A is first or second. But, what else do we, there's an O in here. It's not gonna be A-O. And the O can't be fourth. O is most likely right there, I think. Maybe a D here. We do have the yellow and the red. O-D-A is pretty good. It could be like, well, it can't be Codas because there's no S, but modal, for example, or something. That's doable. I don't know. There's lots of things it could be. So the question is, what do we want to guess right now? I definitely want to do the A second. We could do the T. You know, it'd be good to do some new letters, especially like the U. We haven't done a U yet. Right here is interesting. So this letter can't be an A, it can't be an E, it can't be an O, it can't be an I. So the only way it could be a vowel is if it's a U or Y. Y is sometimes a vowel, but don't really like U now, or I don't really like Y. U isn't too bad. Something like saute, but there's no S at the beginning. Well, if the A and the T are true, what if we do gaudy? That checks the A's that we think are there. G is a new letter. U and Y are new letters that are good to check. And this will, you know, sometimes I like to put a Y at the bottom right corner here, so this will, you know, potentially rule out that Y anyways. We know that's not a D, but I'm not sure how to do A-U-T. I couldn't think of any words that have A-U-T other than saute, but then you've got the S, and at least the D, it's checking the 4th row and column for D's, if nothing else, or ruling out D, if, you know, one of the two. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so the A's are there, good. There is a U, but not there. So, therefore I think this is not a vowel. Now what it is, I don't know, but I don't think it's a vowel. Now we've got 2 words that start with A here, which is interesting. And we need to have an E. Oh, look, we need to have an E. Oh no, I've got an E right there. We need to... Ignore me. What about, like, alone? Alone would be good. What do we know about L? We've got the white L's down here. So that's not too bad. It's good to check the L, I think, there anyways. We haven't done N yet. You know, we've got E's at the end. We know there's an E in the last row and column. So I feel like that's not a bad place to check an E in both words. We could do alone. You know, and the E down here, even though I don't necessarily think there's an E, because I mean, I guess we don't necessarily know this is T's, but we do have an E in, oh, but there's not one in that row, so it's not gonna be alone. Could it be alone the other way? No, we can't do an O third. But we do have the O here. I think I'm gonna do that. I'd like N, the new letter, to check. This one's not gonna have an E, but there's an E in this column. This one's not gonna have an O, but there's an O in that row. No, I need to guess something that's at least possible, because we've only got 2 guesses left. I just realized we only have 2 guesses left. Okay, well we need to get a green. So let's guess something that's at least possible. So not alone, because this can't be an E. In fact, look at this last column. We know there's an E, it can't be 5th, it can't be 2nd because of the white, it can't be 3rd because of the E. So it's either 1st or 4th, so I like T's even better now. But, I mean, this could be something like a long, but I don't know if I want to guess a G at this point. We know there's a G in the 1st row. Okay, so where's the G gonna be? Could it be here? I mean, we don't really know much. We know we do know there's a D and an O and an A in this column. So even if it's not in these positions, if there was a G at the beginning, it would still have to have an O, D, A in it somewhere. And the A can't be 1st, 3rd, or 5th. It has to be 2nd or 4th. And we already have an A in the 2nd row, and there's an O. So it feels less likely that there's gonna be another A, since we already have 2 vowels in that word. So I think 4th is a good spot for that. I really like T's. T's is looking really good. So assuming that's an A, we need to have an O and a D. We could also do something like, oh, but the O can't be 3rd. I was gonna say O-A-D, but it can't be. We can still have the D last, potentially. Something like, gonad would work. Alright, well, it doesn't really matter at this point. We don't know a lot of these things. This G isn't necessarily there. The G could be here. It could be at the end. We don't really know. What would this be? If this is A-L. Alien? Alien would be good. That's at least possible, and it still lets us check for the N. You know, we do have the white eye here. There's a red eye up here. So there's an eye in this column. So it would, you know, it would maybe rule out another spot for an eye, right? Potentially. Let's just do alien. I don't know. I don't know what to try. Do we want to do alien? Let's do it. It's alien. It's alien. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was amazing. I gotta be quiet. The rest of the family is sleeping, so I have to do a quiet celebration. Okay. Okay. Alien. All right. Awesome. So that got us a bonus guess. Wow. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? Okay, so we ruled out another spot for the eye, because there's an eye in this fourth column, but it can't be second now, and it can't be fourth. Well, we already knew the S was here. So it's got to be third or fifth. Now, I feel like this is more likely than at the end. We could do ISE. We do need to have an E in here. What is this going to be? If this is O, we don't necessarily know that's O, but... There is an O in that row, and after the L seems really good. Because it can't be fourth, so it's either third or fifth. Yeah, I think O there is really good. O there, otherwise it's got to be at the end. I don't like that as much. Okay, it can't be alone. It can't have an E at all. Can't have an N. It can't have an S or a T. Allowed? With a U and a G here for guys. Guys, we do have a G in that first row. Yeah, guys. Yup. What's this gonna be? It could be like vivid or civic or something. We don't have a C. Vivid? Oh, actually, Viv. I don't. AVT. I don't like that as much though. We don't necessarily. Oh, but if it's T's, then that's. Because I was gonna say we could do like adder or something. Oh, there's no R either. What about added? A lot of D's. I don't like AVT though. So then the T couldn't be there. Now the T is either third or fourth. Timid. Timid is better actually. Those are not for sure. Timid is really good, and OMA is really good too. I like that. We could still do T's actually. We could have a double T. Oh, I didn't even notice that we got the black Y. Okay, good. I wasn't necessarily thinking Y down here at this point anyways, but normally that's a good spot to put a Y. What would be up here, like manga? I mean, that's possible. And then Matt, and ended in nomad. Look at that, that all works. Let's just go for it. Nomad. It's nomad. These are gonna be right, aren't they? Okay, so, guys. Yup. Added. And Matt. All right, awesome. Okay, there we go. Very cool. So I went from I have no idea to an amazingly lucky guess with alien to I got the whole grid figured out. So very cool. So manga, allowed, timid, tease, ended, Matt, alien, nomad, guys, and added. And added, I was just actually when I was putting that in there, I was thinking, oh, it'd be funny if there was 3 Ds. No, there really was 3 Ds in that word. Okay, there we go. Cool. So I mean, I don't. That wasn't super hard, but I don't feel like it was necessarily an easy puzzle. I don't know what I think of that one. It felt like it was hard, and then it just sort of all fell together. And it was almost like the first word I thought of just happened to fit and be right. So anyways, I don't know. All right. It's late. It's been a long day of basketball. I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. So let me know how you did with this weekly Squardle, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles. Here's an interesting question. Which song has spent the most time at number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 without making it to
that was really
1?
good.
On the left, awesome. Ballet over here. Okay, it is L&T, just like I was thinking. Now, Alphabet. There we go, that's a good one.